Hi, and thank you for joining Rolling with BJ in the kitchen today. So today we're going to do some refried beans. Now, I already got started on the beans, and reason for that is because I washed the beans and soaked them overnight in a teaspoon of baking soda just to get that little gas out. So I soaked them overnight in cold water, and I already washed the beans off and put them in a pot. So I just put them in a pot and seasoned them, and now I'm going to show you what they look like. We're going to let them cook for about 2 hours, okay? Okay, so here we are. They've been cooking for about 30 minutes already. So you want to just cook them till they boil down. And the seasons I used was seasoning salt, garlic powder, and a little pepper. If you want, you can just put garlic powder or just seasoning salt. I just season it like I do my chicken, like if you're getting ready to fry chicken. So I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to continue to let them cook for another hour. And like I said, they already been cooking for about 30 minutes, and I got it on medium-high heat. Okay, so I'm just going to let these cook down, and then in about an hour, I'm going to come back and put about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the beans, and I'll show you when I get back. It's been about maybe 50 minutes, so we're going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can add corn oil, vegetable oil, any kind of oil you prefer. I just prefer vegetable oil. So I've added my vegetable oil. Now you want to let them continue to cook down. And actually, I had added a little more water because the water had boiled down. So now we're just going to let them continue to cook until the rest of the water cooked down. And then you can check them. You can check them and see how soft they are. But you want to let them boil down to the water gets almost to none. And they start trying to stick to the bottom. Then we'll know they're done and ready for us to mash them up. But for now, just put the top back on. And I'm going to cut the fire down a little. So we're going to cut this fire down to medium-low, between medium-low, right about there. And I'm going to take the lid off in about 20 minutes and just let them cook, continue to cook like that. Actually, let's go on and put this at medium-low. Okay, and I'll see you back in about 20 minutes. As you can see, I'm making homemade tortilla chips, and I have a video already on how to make these homemade tortilla chips. So I'm making these to go with the refried beans. And I'm also gonna do some homemade pico de gallo. So stay tuned for that video as well. Make sure you stir occasionally. Don't run off and leave them, and don't check on them. Mine is sticking a little bit, which is good, but you just want to stir them up a little. And now we're going to leave the lid off and continue to let them cook. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're just going to let that water cook down. But keep an eye on them and stir them. You don't want them to stick and burn. We just want them to get sticky. I'll be back. It's been about 10 minutes. Take a little stir. And they're thickening up, which is good. Just make sure they don't stick to the bottom. But the thickness is really nice. Mine is sticking a little, but you just want to keep stirring. So I'm going to cook them for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes longer. And what I'm going to do is I'll give you a sneak peek of these tortilla chips. So you just cut them into triangles and use some vegetable oil, clean vegetable oil. And you just want to put about 2, 4, 6. I'm putting more than what I should, but I'm almost done with all of them. So you just want to let these cook on each side for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, and then you turn them over, let it cook on the other side for a minute, minute and a half, and then you take them out, you put them on a sheet with some paper towels and sprinkle a little salt and put them in a Ziploc bag. That's all it is to that. So I thought I'd show you just in case you didn't run across the video that I already made. It don't hurt to do it again. So you just want to keep them separated. And just let them cook. And then you want to turn them over, like I said, in a minute or a minute and a half. And we're going to come back over here and stir our beans. These beans look good. I'm not a bean eater, but I will eat them. And these are some that I think I'm going to have to eat some of them. So back to the tortilla chips. Just want to flip them over. Uh-oh. And I'm a very simple person. I don't cook and make and just try to make stuff all fancy and all like that. You know, we just do what we do. You know what I'm saying? We cook and we eat. I mean, I do get fancy sometimes, but you know, it's not about that on my videos. It's about making sure that we as a people know how to cook. Everybody should know how to cook. Just basic, simple meals. Then if you want to get fancy, we get fancy. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you want to be able to cook for your man or your lady, you know? Or for yourself, you know? That's an important thing. Because you got to eat every day. So keep stirring your beans. I have some subscribers that are college students, and you know, I know it gets tough sometime, and you know, you can't get home to mama's meals, so you can cook for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some quick meals you can cook for yourself. Or you give a little get together, you cook up some refried beans and some chips and some other stuff, and y'all go at it. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start taking these out. And you just grab them up and shake that oil off of them. And put them over there. You see, it don't take long at all. Now, if you let them stay in there, and if they don't cook long enough, they're gonna be chewy. So if you want them crunchy, you let them turn that color. But if you want them chewy, then you let them stay in there a little less time. Okay, these beans are coming along great. And I don't like dried out beans. So we're going to let these cook maybe about 10 minutes more. And then we're going to take them off, let them cool off, and we're going to smash them. Now, the person I'm cooking these for, they don't like onion, so I'm not going to add any onion. But if I were cooking them for me, I would dice up like a quarter of an onion, dice it up and put it off in there. and mash them beans up with that onion. Now, what you want to do also is while you're stirring them, just take your finger and run it across the spoon and taste them to see if you need any more seasoning. I tasted mine and mine tastes great. The seasoning is perfect. But again, that's to my liking. So I want you to taste yours and see if you want to put any more seasoning into your beans. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to cut the beans off now. And I'm going to let them cool off for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes before I start mashing them. Just give them a good stir. Cut the fire off. And then I'm going to put the lid back on just so they can continue to cook up, but with no fire. I'm going to finish up these tortilla chips. And actually, the tortilla chips is made out of taco shells. So if you like yellow taco shells, get the yellow. If you like the white ones, get the white ones. But that's pretty much all it is. And just take a knife and cut them in half, and then cut them in another half. So they'll be in triangles. And that's it. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes and we'll finish up the beans. Okay, my beans have cooled off. And now I got my masher and I'm just going to start mashing them up. I'm going to just keep mashing them until you see no more whole beans. And I'm going to continue to mash them off camera, and I'll come back and show you what the finished result look like, and then we'll give them a name. Okay, I'm still mashing. Ooh. Let me show you my potato masher. Okay, that's how my holes look in my potato masher. And I purchased this one from Princess House. This is a Princess House potato masher. All of my utensils basically came from Princess House. And you can purchase potato mashers at any store that sells kitchenware. And if you don't have one and you can't get one, just use a spoon, a big spoon, and just mash, mash, mash. So I'm going to mash a couple of more minutes, and then I'm going to transfer them into this bowl. And then we're going to dip some chips in there. Okay, so I will be back in about 2 minutes. But you see the consistency? You want to make sure that all the beans are mashed up really, really good. I'm telling you, some doggone onion would have been good in this. But this is not my meal. This is for my daughter. So, no onions. But if you like onions, put onions in yours by all means. Please put the onions in there. You won't regret it. It'll be delicious. See that smoke? Okay, I'll be back once I bowl it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the final look, final product. And I'm going to name it J Unique Refried Beans. Okay? Now, we're going to just dip off in here. And like I told you, I'm not a fan of beans. And you guys probably know why. But anyway, I gotta try these though. Because they are good. I like beans, beans don't like me. But anyway, TMI. Here we go.
Granny, can I give the beans for mommy?
These are good. if you like beans, you got to do these beans. I can't flip this camera. I had to flip the camera so y'all could see. I'm not lying. And now I probably won't eat no more of them. But doggone it, I had to have at least a little. I'm so sorry. But, you know, you got to try your own cooking sometimes, right? Even stuff you don't like. And that right there was the bomb. So, I can't say I don't eat refried beans. I just can say I don't eat them a lot. Thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try this recipe. And man, woo, they are good. So please, click the like button if you like this video. Share with a friend. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. I think we're getting ready to make some pico de gallo for my other daughter. And then I'll eat that. So, have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye. Be blessed.